Alright, hello, welcome to my video. As you can see, I recorded an introduction. Unfortunately, all of my audio got deleted, as tends to happen from time to time. But today I'm going to be delving more into my personal project, which is a computational model of what was dissociative amnesia, is still dissociative amnesia, but now is also including other acetylcholine effects that I found along the way. Basically, I got a bunch of numbers before from my sparsely coded pattern separation model, but I realized that some of the metrics didn't include certain things that I thought they should have, so it wasn't basically taking out the noisy pattern noise. And I just wanted to fix that. Before I got into that, basically in my old intro, I was just introducing my jacket potato that I was eating. I don't know why I was talking about it, but I was showing off my little like Brazilian little pepper sauce, and I was saying this is the best pepper, like the best peppers. If you're Brazilian, if you aren't, I'm sorry that you don't know. But yeah, basically that's what I was talking about. And then I was also just showing my little like all the numbers that I already had set up from the last time. So I had already gotten all these numbers, which didn't, it took like 3 hours, so it wasn't that much work lost. But I'm basically just gonna be in this video fixing up these metrics and talking about all sorts of other stuff that I just had on my mind.
Actually, I am gonna talk through it, but first I'm doing all of my little New York Times games because I don't feel like doing it at all. I'm watching this movie right now called Winter, Spring, Summer, or Fall with Jenna Ortega, and I didn't know what it was gonna be. It sounded dumb because it was like she's choosing between like love and her like future or something. I hate every movie with that plot when it's a woman because never choose a man over your future to that degree. No, or that might not be the plot, but it was something like that. That I was like, why is it always that? But I got shaken and I had to pause it because it turns out that it was about a girl, a Latina girl, who's like she's smart and she does all this stuff and she's going to freaking Colombia. I was like, this is really weird. So I'm gonna play New York Times now, and she has a little bangs. Like she kind of has her bangs look way nicer than mine, but anyways, I was like, let me stop watching this for a second. Create four groups of four. This is gonna be so embarrassing because I'm gonna fail, and then it's gonna be embarrassing. I think this is gonna be pie types. Peach, but what else? Honey pie. I don't think honey pie is like a thing, but let's just try it. I swear these are all pie types, but not honey. Okay, I'm getting tricked. It's one of those tricks. This one's kind of hard. I think some of these are tennis. 40, deuce, love. What's the other tennis one? Advantage? Oh yeah, I think that is a tennis one. Yes! I swear there's a pie thing going on here, but I might be wrong. I don't know the rest of this though. Chess? Huh? Moon? Can pie? What am I saying? Yellow? This one's a little confusing. Shoe fly, I think, is a game, maybe. Chess. Caboose pie, chess pie, moon pie. Oh, moon pie is a thing. I don't know if it's gonna be right in this context, but that is a type of pie in a way. Pie? No, I swear it had pie. I'm missing something. There's something here I don't know. I don't know what goes with chess. Yellow. Okay, let me think. What would go with pumpkin? There's just no way that these don't go together. Are you joking? But it's a trick. It's one of those things meant to trick you so that you think that you got it and you don't. I have one mistake. This isn't gonna happen for me. Caboose? I've never heard of this. Hot can uh hot hot. What even is a shoe fly? Let's look it up. It's a plant. I know this is cheating, but can you make a pie out of this? I'm guessing the answer is no. Wait, I knew there was a pie something in here. I'd never heard of shoe fly though. Pumpkin, pecan, peach. This has to be it, right? No. Oh my god! What is a chess pie? What is a freaking chess pie? I've never heard. There's literally shoe fly pie though. I knew there was a pie in there. Chess pie? Okay. I didn't know this was called chess pie. I think I've eaten this before. All right, that was really embarrassing as I knew it was gonna be. Let's try Wordle now because I just really don't feel like it right now. And my laptop is dying as well. This is me procrastinating so bad. Play. Let's try Wordle. Let's see if this will be my redemption arc. I highly doubt it, but I think this is gonna be another embarrassment for me. Let's try play. Okay. Wordle. When you play Wordle, you forget every word you know. I think other people have mentioned, like, have observed this. It's like suddenly I don't know English. Suddenly I'm like Czechoslovakian. I've never heard a single word spoken. I don't know any words anymore. I know so many words that end with E. What's wrong with me? Okay, somebody told me recently that you should try other, even if you know where it is, you should try other. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so it's two E's at the end. See, that's why you do it. Um, I don't, I don't know words. Sometimes what I do is I just do like that, and then I'm like, okay, E, two E's at the end. It has an A. I think the A is gonna go here. Look, it's gonna be like, this is a word. I don't know what the point of that was. Okay, well, at least the A is not there, so it starts with an A. Ah, what word starts with an A and ends with two E's? Ab. Sometimes I'll just be guessing, and then the guess works because it'll be a word I've honestly never heard. No, no, but I agree. I bet you it's agree. Yay! Okay, I kind of redeemed myself. I was like, see, you see how you forget every word you know, where it's like agree is the most obvious word. Like, why wouldn't I just guess that from the beginning? But no, I'm not good at these. Like, I'm really not good at these things where you have to know trivia. I don't know trivia to that degree, to be honest. Okay, my cat is so cozy. I feel awful. Wait, am I? Why is Wordle made by a man named Wardle? That's crazy. Things you never know. Now I really, really want pie. It looks so good. Okay, this is not just massive procrastination because I really don't want to think about this at all. This looks really hard. Once I actually started, it's not hard, but like when I'm thinking about it, it's like, okay, wait, where I feel like I kind of lost the plot or like I lost where I was mentally with it, where I don't remember what those metrics are like that well right now. I wrote in my notes app. Okay, I'm gonna keep watching my movie for a bit while I figure this out. We need less representation of highly intelligent girls with good plans for life deciding that they're like, no, now the plan is too boring. It's so tired. Like it's the most boring plot ever. Genuinely. If you're gonna show me a girl who's changing her like I'm not gonna go with the plan of like my structured life. Give me her going on some other amazing career ventures. Like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be a lawyer because I discovered that I'm like an amazing documentary filmmaker and I'm gonna travel the world and get this like amazing documentary. But why is it always a man? It's genuinely the most boring plot in existence. Also, no offense. And the guy in the movie is cute, but it's the way that they dress him. It's always, I hate this. This is propaganda. Girls never fall for this. Never, 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 never. It's the stupidest plot in existence. This girl is beautiful, smart, got her life together. She got into Columbia, all this different stuff. And it's like, this man looks like a freaking worm. No offense. And he's really cute, the actor, but it's just the way they dress him. And it will always be the most absolutely high level woman with so much going for her. And they will pair her with the most frumpy looking boy, no plan in life, nothing, nothing at all. And she's just like, okay, now this is worth risking my whole life over. Is this man I just met, and he's the most mediocre man I've ever seen. No, stop it. Are you joking? I'm not here to be Columbia propaganda, but I will say I worked my butt to get into it. I was the hypest person ever to go. If you told me like absolutely not, I never in 1 million years would I have given that up for some dude I met on a train is insanity. And this girl is crazy. Also, she's Latina. Stop doing the Latina girls dirty. Girl, like I want to jump in the screen and be like, girl, as a young, smart Latina woman, are you joking? She's like, I'm gonna be a lawyer. Girl, get up for your community. For your freaking community, girl. You got into freaking Columbia University. Go. What's wrong with you? This white boy with dirty hair and a greasy hoodie. Like, girl, no, you are shaming your community right now. Stand up. Okay, anyways. And this man is obsessed with weed. Girl, stand up. He's all over here sitting talking about weed and all this. Girl, go. Get out of this situation. Go to freaking school. She just met him today. I'm sorry. I'm really not happy. I'm not feeling this girl right now. Are you joking? Anyways, I think this is fine. What was I doing again? I need to figure out again why I was trying to get all these different things. Let's like copy paste this little situation. Actually, should I just look at it? Let me write it again. What is net and why is net existing? Oh my god, she's so annoying. Now she's looking at her Harvard application letter and she's trying to say like maybe I want to go to Costa Rica for a conservative girl. I want to see more movies also and like I love romance. We need more movies about girls this age, like 18, whatever, that don't center around like a man or like anything to do with a man. Can I get like like I'm sorry, but like her getting into an Ivy League as a young Latina girl, like tell me about that. Like what tell me more about it. Tell me about her life. Tell me about her experience. I don't know if this like now it's getting weirdly personal, but it's like tell me about her experience as a young Latina girl trying to go to an Ivy League school. Like what's her situation? What's her family? What's that for her? Like what is it? And it's like ooh, like they never like every single movie is about like it's always like a girl, I mean, a man or a job, and you're always forced to go to the job and like forced to have a career and all this stuff. Where it's like, that's the lamest plot ever, and it's so out of touch because I can tell you as a smart young Latina girl, that was my everything. Like I was like, I wanted to get into an Ivy League. Well, I didn't care about an Ivy League school. I wanted to get into one of my top schools. That was everything to me. Like I did not I that was like my number one thing in life and it was like it mattered so much to me and it was like so much of who I was and what I was about and that's not a bad thing because it's not better it doesn't make you have more of a personality to be obsessed with men at the end of the day. Like it's like if you're obsessed with a man you do have a personality but if you're just obsessed with work and and like school and stuff you're like you're bland and you don't have a personality. It's like you mean she has passions and interests? What? That's crazy. Oh yeah, that's so boring. Like, no, show me more movies about girls that have absolutely nothing to do with like men that don't shower. Anyways, again, also this boy lives like in her neighborhood. She could just have a summer fling. She didn't start school yet. Just all the bits and pieces. Okay, so what do we have here again? Examination. I think I forget how my model works. This one makes sense. Encoded versus recovered. Oh, I see. That's the title. Lost is encoded bits turned off. I'm gonna write down why each one is important to me so I remember why I'm even looking for this in the first place. I want to see, I think this one is meant to be memory loss. Okay, gained bits in recalled but not in encoded. Okay, this is what happened before. Is that sometimes what will happen in these networks is that a little bit from the noisy pattern leaks into like the recovered pattern. So the noisy pattern is like almost like the new thing that it's learning. But what I want to do is make sure that it's like when I look at these and say, okay, like this code right here, it's like recalled and real and not dummy, but I want it to also be here and not noisy. So I just want to make sure that nothing is coming in from the noisy pattern into this calculation. And not noisy. So shared, recalled, and real and dummy. This is a confusing one. I don't know whether to say and not noisy. I should probably add one that just says like if it is coming from the noisy pattern. It's called 4 standard, but it's gonna have to be 5 standard because there's gonna maybe have to be a new standard. My questions. Can you add one that is noisy only? I don't think there's gonna be anything. I just want to cover my tracks just in case. So bits that only come from the noisy pattern. Maybe I should make this shared one. Maybe I can make one shared one that is like not no I think like it's better to get more information and then if I don't need it, I feel like one thing that really annoys me about being a woman though is everybody like it's not just that like people force you and like create this propaganda in the media for you to be obsessed with men, but already people assume that you're obsessed with men anyways. Where it's like I think that people glaze over and aren't as interested sometimes in like my interests and like my soul in my life that has nothing to do with a man. Where like I have this whole immersive world going on right now with this project with these essays and I feel like I don't have anything to talk to about with people because I don't have like any relationship drama to share. Where it's like, do you guys want to hear about my hot field network though? Do you want to hear about the essays I'm writing? Like, are you in? People might be interested, but it's like the conversation goes for like 2 seconds. You get me? Where it's like, I don't know. I feel like people pre-assume that like I'm obsessed, like I should be obsessed with a man, and like I would be obsessed with a man. But then the things that have nothing to do with a man that I am interested in, it's like I don't think people really care that much. You get me? I feel like people like they care about drama. They care about like friend drama, boy drama. I don't have any drama. I'm just chilling and I'm just doing my hot field network. So it's like I'm sorry, I don't have anything to talk about then. Like we'll just be quiet. Where it's like I actually have hours and hours of things to talk about where it's like I don't think anybody cares about this that much. Maybe a little bit, but it's like, I need more I want to make female friends that are doing like neuroscience or computational neuroscience or stuff like that cuz it's like that would be so fun. I want to tell them about like my network. It's like, yeah, my network wasn't working today because of this and this and that. Like that's real drama. Like let's talk about our neural network drama. That's the drama that I have and that's the drama I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about my drama when my troubleshooting wasn't going right and then I had to figure it out like why am I getting too many bits that aren't supposed to be there from the noisy pattern. That's the drama that I want to talk to you about. I don't want to talk to you about my boy drama. I don't have any boy drama at all. I'm sorry if that makes me boring, but it's like that's just my life and I just think that like people already pre-assume that girls are like innately obsessed with guys. I'm not. I'm genuinely like you can ask anybody in my life. I'm genuinely like the least boy crazy person I've ever met. Genuinely. And my mom and sister have told me this. Like they'll be like I'll be walking down the street and they're like you didn't even look at that guy like he was so hot. They're like that there's that hot guy over there. I'm like who? I wasn't even looking. I was in my inner world. I don't care. I don't care. I truly don't care. Like I'm just not I don't think about men like really like ever. I think they're attractive like, obviously and stuff like that. And like I like dates. I like, I like to kiss. I like all that, but it's like I don't think about men like unless I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out and date a man today intentionally. Promise, like I promise, literally ask anybody. I never talk about men. I do not care about them to that degree. I never have boy drama ever, ever in my life. And so it's like I truly don't. I'm not obsessed with guys to that degree, like at all. And I just feel like sometimes I've gotten narratives in my life where it's like people already assume that I would go to such great lengths sometimes over men or like that my life is around men or that a man would ever throw off my ability to go to school or like care about school where it's like yes you would give up anything for a man, even your academic career, like you would throw it all away, like regardless of what movies tell you over and over again. I truly don't care. I do not care about men that much. Genuinely, I'm like the least boy crazy person to ever exist. I swear I do not care. Anyways, but yeah, that's my drama, that's my issue. Doesn't mean I don't love romance. Like I love romance movies and stuff. I really do. And I am a romantic person. Like I want to be in a relationship eventually, but like that's the most boring thing in the world to think about. Like I'm not going to sit around and think about guys. Like I got more important and interesting stuff to think about. I got this Hot Fuel Network to finish, you get me? Anyways, yeah, that's why like I see so many girls in my life though getting so distracted, and it's like you gotta let people do their thing. I don't mention it, but sometimes I'll be like people will just be like abandoning like their career and like their goals, their this, their that for guys, and like they'll start telling me about guys, and I'm like I'm happy. Like it makes me interested, and I like hearing about people's boy drama. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, but didn't you just start that thing that you didn't finish though? But didn't you just sign up for this, but now you're ignoring it and you're not looking at it? I don't say it, but I think it a little bit, not in a judgmental way, but just in like a like I want to be like Bessie, get back on it. Like let's go back. Like let's go back to the original plot of the movie, which was you doing your masters or doing this or that. But it's like you can't say it. But I'll be thinking it sometimes, but I'm like, you see, that's why I'm boring to talk to. People call me, I have nothing to say. Cause like nobody wants to know about this. I don't have anything to say. Like I don't have anything to talk about. But anyways, that's why like I said, I need to make friends that are like academic, like into like academic stuff or like into their ideas. I want to make friends with girls that are like writers and stuff. Like I think that would be the most fun. I love talking to my sister and she'll tell me about like her photography that she's doing or show me her like her photo shoots. I love hearing about it. I love hearing about people's hobbies and like what they're up to. I find very interesting. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make one that's not noisy and one that is noisy. You see, if I were to talk to people like for real about whatever I wanted to, it would sound like this. Like I'd be like, this is that's why I needed to make my YouTube. I was like I don't nobody cares. Like I gotta talk to myself for real because like nobody wants to hear this. Blend score. This was the other one that I think was an issue. Blend score. Fraction of activates explainable as a mixture of real and dummy. These were the ones that I was like, I messed up. I need I need to talk about noisy stuff. I want to make sure also that this one like I guess isn't noisy. Novelty score, fraction of active bits that are genuinely off manifold. I think I just across the board want to make sure that all of them are just like also just not noisy bits. I don't want to know anything, but I also do want to make sure that it's like factoring in if it could be noisy bits. Okay, so I feel pretty good about those changes, I think. Can you add one that is noisy only? Okay, I'm gonna take a break because I need to process what I just did. I need to figure that out, and then I need to go back to it. Okay, I'm gonna show one of my favorite quotes by Nina Simone because I felt represented. I was like, okay, this is me, and I was like, I need other girls to have their brain shifted by this because I was like, this is so real. This, oh my freaking God, I love this quote. We never talked about men or clothes. It was always Marx, Lenin, and revolution. Real girls talk. I love this quote. This speaks to me so much. This is like my favorite thing ever. Yes, this is like I just I want to like I love that. I don't know how to put it. Like the real girls talk. It's like, yes. What do girls talk about? That's what I'm saying. Like when I read this, I was like, this is so freaking me. I don't care. I'm absolutely not going to be talking to you about boys. Like I don't. I mean, not. I will. Like I love to talk to my friends about boys when they have like their little boy dramas. But I'm just saying that's like I'm not like I just don't have boy drama. Genuinely. And like I don't know. I just really this quote resonated with me so much. I was like, thank you. Thank you, Miss Nina Simone, for that shift. That shift in how I see girl talk. Okay, movie paused and I'm getting back into my little list. I'm gonna make a list of everything that's getting fixed or changed. Okay, I'm about to look crazy. I always look crazy when I'm in like the little shot in the corner because I'm like, or something like that. So here we go. Lump. lump mode activated. I always look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look insane, but it's fine. Okay. So lump mode. Yeah. I've been thinking this year though about how I feel like having a strong vision for the world, having something you want to actually change about the world, something that you want to get done in the world, that you like a really strong sense of purpose and in something that you want to see like change. It's such a good I don't know if protective factor is the best word, but I feel like when you don't have that, as a girl, I'm gonna speak, I don't know how it is for guys, but probably the same, where it's like, okay, you kind of like you don't feel that empowered to actually engage in your hobbies and in the things that are kind of important in your life, and you feel like you have to fill like that gap with things that are kind of distractions. Like, okay, I'm always gonna fill that gap with like love or like love, sex, or scrolling on your phone or whatever, where it's like if you actually feel empowered in your ability to change the world, like you're like, I gotta get a move on. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have time for this. Like I gotta get a move on. I got things to do. And obviously I think that people benefit or like, people want to keep us powerless and they want us to feel like, okay, well there's even if you put all your work in, there's just like nothing's gonna happen, where it's like the work that you do is useless, where it's like I don't like I have a very strong belief that the work that I do is worth it. And so it's like, why would I waste my time? Like I want to see the world change. I want to see the world change a lot. So like I'm not gonna sit here distracting myself with stuff where it's like I truly feel empowered in the ability in the thought that like I can change the world. Truly, if I work hard and if I just stay consistent, I can change the world. Like I can, I believe it. And because of that, like I do like I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, I don't ever like, I get strong crushes. Like when I like people, I like them a lot. Or like for example, I I do like scroll from time to time. Like I do, everybody scrolls. It's like, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying like I don't I don't know. I'm like I have issues and I'm like it's urgent. And if I can work on it and if I can get it done, like why am I like, it's stuff like Tinder. I'm like, I hate Tinder. I'm like, I'm gonna sit around and message a bunch of people uselessly just so that I can feel like I'm checking a box of societal acceptability of like, okay, great, now I'm attractive as a woman and I'm a socially acceptable woman because I'm going on dates with people I don't care about. Like, what? Okay, I don't care. I'm a social like it's I'd rather be a socially unacceptable woman where it's like, okay, I'm getting things done though and like things are changing in the world versus like, oh, okay, yeah, now I can say that I'm an attractive person because people like me. I think that's one of the biggest barriers that like I it gets to me, but I don't like my direction where it's like, yeah, but like it makes you less attractive to be like oh like you're prude, like you don't want to go on a date, like you don't want to like do this and that. It's like I will go on a date with someone when I like them a lot and it's gonna be like purposeful, you know what I'm saying, where it's like I got more important stuff to do right now, like I don't have like not I don't yeah I don't have time, honestly, bro. The world's got to change. That's just like, and that's why I don't scroll that much because I'm like I want to do my project, I want to finish my project, I want to write about stuff, I want to read stuff. Like I want to get stuff done. Or it's like I don't want to sit around doing nothing and doing things that are useless. I want to do stuff that's useful. I think so many people give I saw so many women especially. They're like, "Oh, I care so much about X thing," where it's like, but it's really not like I don't feel like I can truly do it, so like I'm done. Or it's like I don't like they're not putting like their 100% effort in. It's like if you really believe that you could do it, why would you waste your time with anything else at the end of the day? Like you're just choosing not to see the fullest potential of who you could be for nothing. Like for some random dude, like for validation, for some random guy who at the end of the day, odds are he's probably gonna screw you over later down the line. I'm not trying to be like I'm not even trying to be like, jaded about it, but like that's kind of the truth. Like 50% of divorces marriages end in divorce. It's like, oh, like why would I waste my time forcing myself to like people that I don't care about just so I can get divorced with them or like feel like I'm not in it, like my heart's not in it 100%, where it's like, but I could actually do something that's gonna last instead of doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Makes no sense. Makes zero freaking sense. Also, it's like, okay, maybe I'm like a less like, I don't know how to put it, but it's like I'm a less acceptable woman, but I accept myself more now. I like myself more. I feel like a fuller version of myself. This is probably the fullest version of me I've ever been in my life. And I feel like I've just gotten in touch with so many things that like I wanted to be this person, like so bad. And I just thought like, oh, well, I can't be that person. Like I don't have it in me where it's like, yeah, I do. And this is like the most I've ever liked myself, like genuinely. And it's like you're giving up yourself, being obsessed with yourself and loving yourself and thinking you're like the coolest person ever so that some random guy that you don't know and that matters not even a little bit will like you. Because how many of those people are actually going to stick around for a very long time? Not like very few, but you are going to stick around your whole life. Like I'm always going to be here. I have to live with myself my whole entire life. It's like it's better to like myself at the end of the day, you know, and then you're in a better place for somebody to actually be with you and for you to be with them and to feel like you're in a good space for them versus being like, oh great, I keep rejecting myself and I keep betraying myself so that other people can like me, but it's like, but I don't even like myself though because I abandoned the things that I care about. I abandoned my goals. I abandoned my ambitions. I abandoned all the things that like matter to me about my life. I abandoned my vision for the world all the time just for somebody to like give me validation. So it's like you're always abandoning yourself and you're always abandoning your vision for someone who's going to be there for like 3 months. Okay, like what's the point? That's such a waste. That doesn't mean like no romance, but it's like I want to be with someone I really like and who's worth my time. It's like an investment of my time and like my energy and someone who I want to be excited about somebody and I want to be like I don't want to be hunting for stuff to like about somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like I want to be like because like if I'm going to be with you like I want to talk about you for sure. Like I want you to be another interesting thing that I talk about. Like I want to say like all the cool things that you're doing. I don't want to just be like, yeah, he didn't text me again today or like yeah, so he kind of like he left me on red again, but I'm going to try to win him back. No, like I want to be like, yeah, so they just got accepted into this new program. Yeah, so they're doing this and this and that. And I'm so proud of them. Like, they're doing this. Yeah, they're actually out there, like, you know, changing the lives for people like this and this. I want to brag about you. So it's like, why would I, you know, it's like, I'm not going to sit there wasting my time trying to hunt people down to like that are boring so that I can have validation for myself. Or it's like, I want to like me, and then I want you to be another cool thing that I can have a cool conversation about that isn't just like, I don't know if he likes me or not. It's like, no, I want to talk about all the great things about you and all the cool things about you, like that you do. You know, that's like, you know, that's the goal, that's the vision. Anyways, novelty score. Fractions, this is the one that's confusing me. Fraction of active bits that are genuinely off manifolds. Fraction of active bits that are genuinely off manifold. Do I want it to say not noisy as well? I think so because I want to say like this is like no, there's no other reason why this should exist. So yeah. I'm trying to remember how I did this last time. You see, this is my last one. I think what I might do is I might show it. Okay, again. I might show Claude my like this was the run trials, but where's the one where it actually let's check if this is the one I'm looking for. I'm missing something, which I think is pattern size. Okay, I have this list now. I'm a little bit confused, but what I think I might do. Oh, this is analyze recovery. So let's try that again. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna copy paste all this. So I want to fix the metric, and now I'm gonna say which ones need to not have dummy patterns. So this was my list before. Boy drama is fun though, like sometimes. I don't like getting in a cycle of constantly hearing people where it's like I want like if you are telling me boy drama, I want you to tell me that like I want you to tell me that your relationship is going great. I want you to tell me all the amazing and fun things that they're doing with you. I want to tell you like tell me like how spoiled you are getting. Like tell me like just tell me how you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes this is the thing that sucks. And I don't like I'm saying all this. I like talking to people about their relationship drama. Cause it is kind of fun. But I'm just saying like the thing it's like, do you know where you get in a cycle with someone where it's like it just constantly like I don't know, it's like the same thing over and over again and it's just them getting mistreated over and over again where it's like I want to see you elevate. If it's going to be a relationship drama, tell me, give me your redemption arc, give me the plot line. Tell me you getting better, you like being like I'm not going to talk to these types of guys anymore. Like tell me like I want to see growth where it's like do you know where you're just talking to someone about their boy drama but it's like they're constant like it needs to be a balance where it's like if you're constantly getting screwed over, I want to hear your like I talk I don't know, it's like I want to hear your growth journey or like I want to also hear you succeeding in life at other things. Like you know where it's like you talk to people where it's like they're always going on like another freaking date where it's like yeah, I'm going on another Tinder date today and it's like they have screwed me over again. They're not talking to me. They're not listening to me. Bro, no, 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 no. If that's happening, then I also need to be like, yeah, I'm going on a Tinder date and like, yeah, it's not working out here, but I'm also like, I also got a new job today. And like, I also am like succeeding in life at this. I also like worked on my passion today. Okay, sure. That's acceptable. But like, we can't have like just one. Like, it can't just be like you're all you're telling me all the time is like how much you're getting screwed over by men in your life 24/7, but it's like nothing is happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, no, that's not what I want to hear from you. I want to hear you elevating your life. I don't want to hear you being boy obsessed 24/7 and getting screwed over by men 24/7 while doing absolutely nothing to support your life. That's a no-no. Like that's a no-no. We need to stand up at that point and do some more, do something different because like I'm tired of hearing about it. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Okay. I have someone in my life who I've been talking to, and we do like to talk a little boy drama sometimes. But we will talk about we'll have productive conversations about it sometimes. She'll tell me a new book she's reading or something about it. Like we've been talking about elevating. Like, you know, we started talking about like, oh, the bad patterns, but then she started talking about like I was telling her, I was like, you need to read Why Men Love Bitches. I read it, it was so good and then she was telling me and then she ended up talking to me about another book that she's reading and all this stuff and I'm like yes the growth is what we want to see okay that's what I'm looking for but if you're just talking about guys all the time it's like it's the same level to me as if like obviously this is why I don't talk to like my friends about this where I was like if I went on like a 1 hour long rant like I do my videos where I'm just like, yeah, so I need to put the noisy bits in and like this and this and that, you're gonna be like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, no offense. Or it's like I also feel that when people talk about their boy drama all the time, where it's like, I don't care. You got screwed over again, just like last Tuesday, and just like the Tuesday before. You're still not respecting yourself. Thank you. Like, I don't care. I don't want to know. Like, either start respecting yourself or like don't tell me about it. TBH. Or if you're getting disrespected, at least also tell me about other interesting things that are happening. Okay. I I think I fixed everything. Like that should have no. Okay, this is gonna take me a second. Love. Also, no offense. I do like. I also love like. I love a little juicy hookup story. If you're gonna tell me your juicy little hookup, my ears are open. I'm listening. At the same time, it does get boring too. That's what I'm saying is that I think that people sometimes it's like sex and love is the most exciting thing ever. Where it's like it is to a degree, but I'm bored a little bit. Like I don't want to know. Like you just went on like your eighth hookup. Like it's not about the amount. Okay, okay. This isn't supposed to be like a numbers thing. It's about the repetitiveness of the story where it's like I'm okay. That's everybody does that to a degree. That's just normal life for people these days. I'm not like, where it's like, do you want me to get an eye? Like, wait, this is the thing I'm thinking of. Where I'll feel like this a little bit sometimes. Wait, it's like you had sex? Oh my God, you had sex today? Should we tell everyone? Should we throw a party? Should we invite Bella Hadid? Do I care anymore? No. No offense. And it's not because it can't be the most exciting thing for you, but it's like everybody does it these days to a degree. Not everybody does it these days, but you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, that's so steamy and crazy. I don't, I'm, yeah, cool. Amazing. Thank you. Like, okay, good for you. I mean, to a degree, I want to hear about it, but do you know those people where it's like the most exciting thing in the world? I had friends like this though. Like everybody gather around. We need to talk about our new sexual escapade and the person that I kiss. Yes, bro, you kiss people every weekend. I know you do. Oh, thank you. Okay, good information. It happens all the time. It's not crazy. It's not exciting. And like, where it's like sometimes people treat it like it's like the craziest thing where I'm like, so you did what everybody else in college is doing all the time. Oh, okay. Do you know, I'm not even trying, it's like a thing of like, I want you to have fun, but this isn't like, it's not shocking news anymore. I'm sorry, no offense, hot take, but like, it's like where people, it's like, it's the most exciting thing that's ever happened. Bro, didn't you do that? Like, you did that 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? There's more exciting things in life going on, though. Like, there's like, life's gotta be a blend, it's gotta be a mix. It's exciting if you tell me once in a while and it's like I met the love of my life today and we had this amazing this and that. If it's not that, it's like you met someone on the internet and you guys met up. Like that's great. I hope you had a really fun time and I'm proud of you. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like some people it's like it's their whole life and I'm like I don't care. I'm sorry. Okay, let's try to figure out. I'm so lazy today to do this. I need to say which ones need to not have the noisy pattern. Here's like when you can tell me like if you hooked up with someone, they pulled a chainsaw out on you and it turns out they were a serial killer. I'm all ears are open. Tell me about it. Okay. Or like for example, if they had multiple of something that people don't usually have multiple of. I'm listening. If they came out dressed as like a furry or something, I'm I'm like tell me. Like I'm so curious. Tell me about it. If it was like the best of your life and you want to tell me like the juicy details, tell me the juicy details. Like I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you just had another mediocre hookup, like do you want me to clap? I mean, good job. Like okay, good job for you. Thank you for that information. It's just funny. People are just funny. I don't know. Okay, contamination dummy bits kept. Let's look back at these. Dummy bits kept. I forget what this is about. Okay, I think we're getting into the ones that need not. They need to not be noisy. So real only needs to not be noisy. It's the same thing with like, I'm sorry, no offense. People that think that doing drugs is like the craziest thing in the world. This is just my hot takes today, and this was acceptable for maybe like 4 months of freshman year college. Maybe a little further. If you had an ego death or something when you were doing shrooms, I'm interested in that story. But like, do you know people that like they think it's like the coolest thing ever that they like, yeah, I did coke last weekend. Um, I don't do any of that myself, but I don't mean to be like I don't know how to put it, but it's like, where it's like okay, a lot of people do drugs casually. I'm not. Like, I don't know how to put it. I don't know exactly how to put it, where it's like, there's certain things that I'm just like, okay, like, it's people, do you know where it's like they think it's like, they like casually drop it, and like, they want you to think that they're really, really cool for doing drugs, where it's like, I don't think it's that cool. Like, to be honest, because a lot of people do drugs, I'm just not like, I don't think you're bad for it. I don't think you're like, but it's like, where it's like people like they're always they'll casually drop it like, yeah, I did coke last weekend. I don't care. Charlie XTX probably also did coke last weekend. She's not telling me about it. I'm sorry. That's great. But at the end of the day, like countless more people did. So she kind of is telling us about it in her music, but she's doing so artistically, so it's a little bit of a different thing. If you're gonna tell me in like an artsy way, okay. But those people, even in movies sometimes where they're like, oh my god, they're so edgy, they're doing drugs. Okay. Okay. This is the one that I'm gonna make two of them. Dummy. So I want two uh shared metrics. So one will be without the noisy pattern, and one will be with the noisy pattern. So now this novel one, I think the novel one we decided, we being myself, that this was the novel one. What did I say? Was supposed to not have noisy pattern or was supposed to have a noisy pattern? Novel and noisy. Recalled and real and dummy. So Bill was in both. Okay, so I also want this to. Do I want this to? No, I want this to also not be the noisy pattern. Also, this is like just more hot takes myself. There are certain drugs that are like kind of like where it's like it used to be like crazy taboo to like do drugs where it's like for better or for worse a lot of people around my age have tried some type of drug, and there's like certain ones that most people have at least tried probably by college, weed, whatever. Okay, so it's like we're not, but it's like how some people still act like it's like they're doing some like super crazy illegal thing and they're like it's so cool, or I'm like genuinely name one person who hasn't done that. Oh no, I don't know. It's like, why are we acting like it's like the 1950s or something? It's like, not in the sense that like we shouldn't. I don't know. Should we normalize drugs? Should we not? I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know about that. But I'm just saying, like, it's like, why are we acting like you're doing some kind of groundbreaking novel thing that like nobody has ever done before? Like, this is your personality now, and it's like this is like the coolest thing in the world. It's like you are the majority of people like your age. Look, like I don't know. It's like sometimes people I'm like, is it that crazy? Or like do a lot of people also do the exact same thing you're doing and like it's not really that crazy? Or it's like people are like, it's wild. Like, yeah, like I did this last week or do I'm like that's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, it's not like the 50s. Like I think a lot of people do drugs, to be honest. And like I don't think it's like some crazy part of your personality that you're running from the law by doing this drug. It's like I don't think it is that way, to be honest with you. My drug hot takes, but I honestly also feel like I've maxed out on the ones that like I care to try that much. And I would do those again, but I don't feel like that like hyped up about it. I don't know how to put it, but it's like I'm definitely not a regular drug user at all of any kind. I get too paranoid. I have mental health issues. I just stay away. I'm like I don't want to reach into the most horrendous depths of my psyche right now because it's happened like the last few times, and I haven't done drugs in like quite a few years now. Definitely not since I moved to London, maybe a bit before. I haven't done any kind of drug since then. And the last few times that I did them, like I was in kind of a weird place. So it just brought up a lot of stuff and it was very anxiety inducing for me. Even just little stuff like weed, it was just like it's just not working out for me right now. So I haven't done anything in a long time. There's certain ones that like when I'm better, I would do them again. not like, all the time or something, but like I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I enjoyed it and it was a good experience for me. In fact, some of the times it was healing. It was like a good healing experience. But there's certain things that like they're very popular with people my age. I just don't care to try them. I'm not really that interested in them. Like I don't feel like I think I just don't feel like that like attracted by drugs. I don't find them that exciting, to be honest with you, myself. Some people are really into them. I know there's like drug culture, but I'm just not like I don't think they're bad. I don't think people should be demonized for using them. Nothing. And I have enjoyed using them in the past in certain contexts. I just don't like I'm not one of those people where I'm like I need to do drugs 24/7. Like it's so good. I don't ever care to do like pet, Molly, anything like that. I know people I could do it if I wanted to. People like I've known people who do it and like have tried it or have had it or whatever. Like I just like I don't feel that attracted to it. I went to an Ivy League school. There was coke around. I could have found it if I wanted to. I have never done it. I don't care to. Why would I give myself an addiction for nothing? I just don't like I'm not that attracted to drugs that much. I know some people really are, but it's just like it's not my vibe. I think that's fine. But I want the ones that I one day I want to do ayahuasca. That's my big thing, okay? I really want to do ayahuasca one day, like in like a controlled environment with like a freaking shaman or something. It's on the bucket list. That I will do. Maybe DMT, maybe, but probably I don't know, probably not. That one scares me as well. I just don't care to do anything other than that. I don't care to do like I'm just you know what I'm saying? Okay, okay. Anyways, let's look at what's here. Okay, so contamination, they would drop the noise here. Contamination measures were got into the pattern before the noise was applied. Okay, I think I kind of forgot what contamination was, so it's good that I got that. Encoded and recovered. So lost, I think you want encoded and noisy and not recalled, not noisy. Okay, fine. Gained, correct. Net, keep it as it is. Real, yes. Dummy only, yes. I made a new shared ones. One with noisy, one without noisy. And like Adderall, I had ADHD. Do I want to have a really productive evening? That's all that I would get from Adderall. And I have obviously done Adderall before because I was prescribed it. And what happened is I had a really productive day. That was my Adderall experience. So, yeah, pretty much. I've been really interested though. I have done shrooms before, like a few different times when I was in college, and it was always the most trippy, freaking like I always some people like, they're just like seeing pretty colors. No. I was having a whole freaking journey through my soul and like all of these crazy things. Like I'd be like having like these like it was always this intense spiritual journey because everything in my life is always a really intense spiritual journey and I always do enjoy it, but it's like that's what it always is for me. So to me I only use it when I want like a healing experience or like a spiritual experience. I did shrooms. The last time I did shrooms though, um it was really intense, like, and I had a really really negative, no, it wasn't really negative, it was a really complex experience. It was like things went like I felt like I split open and like I was the freest I'd ever felt, but then I got really, really paranoid. So it was like I think just a bit much. And then I had a lot of repressed trauma coming up and it was very like I had to like yeah, it wasn't the best experience. This was like 4 years ago now. So I haven't done it again since, but I've been really interested to do it again now as a neuroscientist. Oh my God. I feel like I'd be so interested as now who's someone like you see like my vibe change and like I'm always analyzing stuff like neuroscience wise. Like I was sitting on the couch today and I heard this fly flying around. I was like, oh, it's so irritating. And I was thinking about how my cat never cares. Like she doesn't really seem like she cares that there's a fly flying around. And I'm like, I bet her brain filters the noise out better than my like I bet you her brain is like filtering it. And I bet you my human brain isn't really filtering it, where it's like her brain, it's like because she's supposed to be in nature, right? So it's like, okay, she probably just filters out the fly. I don't filter out the fly. And then I started thinking about low acetylcholine. Like I was going on like a whole little mental like thing. I was like, that makes sense that people with autism have low acetylcholine now that I'm thinking about it. Because it's like their brains have a harder time filtering that stuff out, right? Because they don't get in like that arousal state where it's like, oh, whoa, I'm like super locked in. So like everything around me goes away. Where it's like everything around them doesn't go away. Like it's the acetylcholine stays low. So I'm having this whole little thought process, and I really want to reference autism in my paper for like a line just because I would love to do research on it in the future for chronic stress stuff. And anyways, but I was like, I'm always noticing that kind of stuff now. Like I'm always thinking about that kind of stuff. I'm like, it would be so freaking cool to do that. Like with this tendency that I have now to do shrooms would be like the coolest thing, I think. I've actually been really wanting to, but it's meant to find you when it's the right time. And I've put out feelers, but it hasn't been the right time. But I'm dying to have that experience of like sifting through the world as I know it now with the terminology that I know now. I think would be so interesting. And I've been watching the other day, I don't know why I was doing this. Let me copy paste this before well, it can stay here. I was just watching videos of like DMT, like simulations and stuff like that, like shroom simulations. And I was trying to think of it like I was like looking at it from like a neuroscience perspective. Because people like they say in DMT that you feel like I've heard like very popular story is people you see I was watching them like all people who go into like have DMT like they'll feel like they have like a whole family and all this stuff and they've lived with the family for like 10 years and then they're like, oh, it ends and they realize it's only been like 30 seconds. I was so fascinated. I'm also a spiritual person, but it's like I like to think about spirituality from like my little neuroscience perspective. It's so interesting. I don't know if I would do DMT because it scares me a lot, but I was watching these videos from like my neuroscience thought process and being like, what is this? I was immersed. I watched like an hour of these. I was thinking so many things. Like I was thinking about like the relationship between our brains and reality and like yeah, our brains do create our reality, but then I was thinking about like where are these things coming from? Like people make these like let's see if it shows it in the video. Drugs are really interesting from that perspective. Like from a perspective of like what's going on here, it's fascinating. Why does this happen? Is insane. Like it just starts making these like crazy fractals and stuff. Probably something to do with like your vision. Like I'm thinking like I'm just trying to like guess like the vision part of your brain, right? Probably something to do with how it processes. The part of your brain that does something to do with geometry and stuff, right? Because it's pulling out. I don't even know. Like, what is this? Because these are so foreign to any kind of like this. Okay, the faces make sense because it's probably like just stuff like really deep in your brain, like things, people that you're maybe subconsciously thinking about or stuff like that. But it's like the other stuff, where do we get this from? I feel like when I'm on shrooms, I'm like, I swear I'm seeing colors I've never seen before. Like this stuff is so interesting. It just hijacks everything about your brain. It's so cool. Like it hijacks what like the way that you see and the way that you experience it. Like it just hijacks everything. It's crazy. Like, whoa, what? DMT looks so scary. The biblically accurate angel. Is this accurate? Do you see how I'm like the most focused ADHD person ever? Where it's like, why am I working? I'm like, I'm working on this thing. It's like, that's great, but like, why are we talking about DMT right now? I'm like, I'm so focused and then I'm also so unfocused at the same time. What the heck? I'm sorry. You see how I like, I'm always like, I will get so immersed in it. Like, I'm gonna probably, when I'm done with this like work session, I'm probably gonna watch these, like, to be honest. It's so interesting. Like, how? Just from like a neuroscience perspective, it's like, what? How does that happen? And just the way that your entire sense of reality can get completely upended just like that. It's like, whoa. Like nothing else that existed before now exists to you. Like you were just in this realm. Like, whoa. And like every single thing is now changed. It's crazy. Drugs are pretty crazy. Okay, I'm so lazy. That's the other thing is I don't want to do this. I always want to like do activities. Like the times that I have done shrooms and stuff, I'm like, oh, I should do like an activity. But like I never like I always end up so deep in my inner world and like it's like the universe is like, my love, you have been deeply harmed before, and I'm like, yes, universe, I have. And it's like that's always my shrooms experience where it's never like pretty colors. Never. It's always like, let me teach you the secret of the universe. Like I went out one time and I accidentally took too much shrooms. I was gonna microdose for the first time. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that because I like had some random shrooms left, and I accidentally took like a little bit too much, like probably just beyond what would be considered the dose of like a microdose. And I was in like the school like lunchroom or whatever with my friends, and they were like I just it just hit me, and I was like, I have to go. I didn't tell them like what was happening. I was just like, okay, I have to go now. Like this is not working for me. And I went for a walk in like Riverside Park. This I swear I had the most spiritual experience because I was like, I don't know, I was like delving into the world of like my inner like child. And then I found this tree in the park and I sat there and it was like I was having this whole little adventure. It was like the trees, like I was like trees are conscious beings. I was like trees are conscious beings, and then like the trees were like telling me like secrets a little bit. Like I could just understand them all of a sudden. I was like trees know more than we think that they do. And then I was like I was like trees like it's so I was like we don't respect their wisdom anymore. Like it's crazy. And also, I was like, the trees can like I don't even remember everything now. I was like, the trees can communicate. And I was like, the trees, what else about the trees? Something about how like we feel like we can control them. And like something I wish I remembered now. Something made them sad. It was like something that the tree we did like made the trees very sad. And I don't remember what it is right now. But I was like, whoa, the trees are so smart. Like they were like telling me all this stuff. And then yeah, and then what's crazy is that tree, it became like my best friend tree. I would always go to that tree to sit at in the park. When I felt mentally like unwell, I would go sit at that tree. And I met a lady at that tree. I met this older lady at the tree. Like she came up to me one day. This is real life, like not on shrooms. Like months later, I was sitting there and she comes up to me. I've talked about her before, like in other videos. She was like, "What's wrong, little girl?" And it was like this older lady from Venezuela. No, no, why do I always keep saying that? She's from Paraguay. And she like we get to talking and then like later on, like a few days later, we happened to run into each other again. And like it was crazy. And then we swapped numbers and we would like talk on the phone and stuff and we just became friends. And she's like genuinely she's someone I care about so much. And it's crazy because that was the tree, like it was like the tree brought me to her. Or like she brought her to me at the tree. Because she's genuinely like she became someone so important to my life in terms of like I don't know. I need to call her. I still talk to her. The tree knew what I needed because I was so that showed me that like the tree was conscious because it knew like that summer that I met her, I was genuinely so mentally ill. Like I was so alone in New York City and so sick and all this different stuff and dealing with so much trauma and I just felt like I had nobody and like it was a very unwholesome summer. It was like a felt gross. And I sat at that tree and like they brought me the perfect person. And this is what's crazy is I didn't get to I thought I wasn't going to get to see her on the last day of like one of the last days of school. And like when I was gonna graduate. But then I thought I was like, if the and then I was walking down the park, and like by magic we bumped into each other. So I did get to see her one last time before I left, which was amazing. So I was like, it's just like the magic and the spiritual energy of our relationship is crazy. Okay, this has been such a yap session. Like I think I'm just hyper today for some reason. Maybe because I had coffee. So average over 50 trials by pattern. So if acetylcholine is at 0, no, that's what we don't want. Okay, I'm getting a little lazy and I've just been talking too long, so I'm gonna take another break. Actually, I'm gonna keep going, but I don't want to see this specific thing yet. What I want is to see two side-by-side graphs. I want instant gratification right now for my results section. And then I'm gonna end the video on that note probably, because after that point, if I see that it's working out fine, like the next part is not exciting. What I'm gonna have to do is just basically like I'm like harvesting the numbers. And so it's not gonna be interesting for a while because that's probably gonna take me a minute to like I want to get it all in my spreadsheet because I want to have that like usable obviously. So it'll probably take me a minute and then I have to like play around with it. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna just get just for myself to have like confirmation of like my expectations. I want to see the novel numbers side by side in a graph and see and mess with the bias. So I'm gonna say here's my full code. Just let me know that you got it. It's funny, I only did acid one time. That's the first psychedelic I ever took in freshman year of college because I had a friend who was really into like he was like into drugs. Like like he was like I don't know how to put it, but like he did do drugs regularly, but he was also like interested in drugs. I don't know. And um he like asked if we wanted to do acid. I was such a goody two shoes in high school. I don't even know like I was so fine with that. I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like very like I didn't break rules. I didn't like go to parties, anything in high school. So, but I guess I got to college and I was like, you know what, screw it, like why not? And so I was like, yeah, sure. So I ended up doing shrooms with he like trip sat for us, I guess. And then I had like a another ex friend who did it as well, like at the same time. And we went out to this, I don't know why we decided to do this, but we went to this like Italian restaurant in New York. I guess they wanted to like eat some good food high, or at least that's what he wanted to do. I couldn't eat a bite. I was so immersed in everybody, like in the restaurant, I was so immersed. I don't even remember it was so long ago that I even did acid at all. Like now, like I don't even remember it that well. The only thing I remember thinking is like I'm meant to be a writer. I was like, I see the world like a writer. Like I remember thinking that on shrooms and I was just like, I don't really know why I thought that, but I just like I felt that in like my heart when because I was like, I can see everybody's story. Like that's how I felt. I was like, I can see everybody's story right now. I was like, everybody just looked so alive. It was so interesting, but I don't even remember it that well. It was like very intense. It was very intense to be in like this really crowded New York restaurant. I think I was getting nervous that like I can't eat. Like I was like I don't know. I think I was having trouble like eating. I didn't want to like choke and die. So I wasn't really eating that much, but it was really interesting. Okay. So now it has the code. Let's find the bias. The other memorable story, and this one comes with some grief, was I used to have a plant. No, this is a call out. This is a call out because this was actually that exact friend immersed in the story. I had a plant, and I think his name was Timmy. and I cared about him a lot. He was like my little plant. And for some reason, I brought him with me when we went to do shrooms. I don't know if I wanted to take him on a nice walk or something. He wasn't getting enough sun in my apartment, in like my dorm room. So I was like, oh, I don't know why. I don't know if I brought him to get sun or if I was gonna bring him to my friends, but I felt so connected to him and like my plant. I felt like I was his mother and I needed to protect him from the world. And then what happened after that? We went back to my friend's we went back to my friend's dorm room and I asked my friend, "Hey, like I'm not getting enough sun in my dorm room. Can you guys take care of Timmy for me? Can you watch him for me? Like can you adopt him and take care of him?" And I trusted these people with my plant. And what happened is that over time the plant slowly died. So yeah, they really didn't take care of Timmy at all, and he definitely died. So that goes to show that you can't trust everybody. You just can't trust. You just can't trust everybody. And it was especially cruel because I bonded with Timmy so much on that trip, and I truly felt like he was my child. I truly just like wanted him to be safe, and like that was literally my child in that moment. And I carried him all the way from the park, from Riverside Park to my friend's dorm room through the streets. There were cars driving. I had to protect him from cars hitting him and him falling on the floor. Do you know what that does to a person? I bonded with him. And then I left him at my friend's place and they just let him die. They just let him die. They didn't even care. They didn't even take care of him. They probably didn't even water him. And that really showed me something. Like my child was mistreated and died. Justice for Timmy. His name will never be forgotten. I'll never stop bringing Timmy up. I'll never forget the mistreatment that Timmy faced at the hands of these cruel individuals who didn't take care of Timmy. And he was so small and he was so cute and he just wanted to live. I did everything I could as a mother, but you know, that's why you got to keep your children close. Okay, so let's try this. Um okay, so run trials with I'm confused. Run trials with bias and then compare bias threshold. So your run trials with one line change bias and then everything else. So then compare runs a pipeline twice and prints a per pattern. Oh wait, but I want to make okay, it is doing 50 trials. I don't know if I fully understand this yet. Okay. But uses bias multiple. So wait, well, I guess let's try this. I don't know if this is even right, but oh, is it here? Compare bias threshold. Bias A equals 0.2. Bias 2 equals 0.5. And then this one is 0.3. And then 50 trials. I think that's right. Just out of curiosity, let's just see the numbers and then I'm going to do it again. So this is the novelty score. Oh my gosh, it's going crazy. That's telling me there might be something wrong because there shouldn't be less novelty when the bias is higher. That doesn't make sense. The novelty score has been kind of a tricky one, like a tricky one to kind of like enact. I don't know. A little confusing. I might set the acetylcholine even lower. I might set it to 0.1, and then I do want this to be 0.2 and 0.5. But so far, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. You see, the bias being higher should make more novelty. It should make less. So that doesn't make sense. And something is wrong with the novelty amount, I think. Unless across 50 patterns, that's not the case, but there shouldn't be more novelty in any situation like this just isn't right. This is my one that's been getting me. I don't know. Let's like let's set the bias really high. Just out of curiosity. Ooh, let's set the bias really high, just out of curiosity. Like 0.7. Oh wait, am I using the wrong numbers? You know what? I actually fixed I actually fixed stuff in this one. So let me try again with this one that I like. This one I know for a fact is fine. So maybe this one will work better. Maybe the other one is kind of broken. I'm so sick of troubleshooting. Like I'm really done. Like I don't want to do this anymore. That's why I'm talking so much. Is like I really don't want to do this. That's why I have to entertain myself because trust, I wouldn't be doing this right now if I wasn't talking. Because I really, this is like bothering me. I'm I'm getting kind of annoyed of like the hard work, but gotta ooh, gotta keep going. Wait, I think this is better. Let me just check because maybe it is just like the code is like messed up issue. Oh my gosh, it rewrote the whole thing, it seems like. Maybe it didn't. I'm just gonna copy paste. I'm done. Wait, 0.2, 0.5, acetylcholine 0.3. Let's try it. Okay. Wait, am I going insane? Is there something I'm not understanding? How is a novelty score so much lower? It doesn't, it's not that like it makes sense that sometimes it's okay, so this is what we need to figure out because obviously it's not analyzing it correctly. Like or like my whatever my equation is for this isn't doing it right because what I'm trying to find is that when the acetylcholine is low, it makes these little hallucinations that aren't in any of the other patterns. And I never saw that even one single time when the acetylcholine was at like no, when the bias was appropriate. It always pretty much did it fine, but the other one would come up with these kind of random numbers. But for some reason, when I'm doing it here, it's seeming like it's doing less of that. So obviously there's something wrong here because what I'm trying to find a good way to measure the hallucination. That's what I want to see. I want to see how much more likely is this model to hallucinate than the other model. And I know that it's meant to be higher, so I'm really confused. But I'm gonna have to come up with like a better way, I think, to measure that. Because obviously what I'm doing isn't like this is my tricky one, the novelty one. The novelty one is a little bit confusing. I'm just trying to show that like there's things on that shouldn't be on at all. I'm about to be done with this though, because I've been talking too much. Yeah, I'm just tired of this. Right now, the way it's measuring that, let's see. Everything that is in recalled and real, but and not in the real pattern, not in the dummy pattern, and not in the noisy pattern. There was there was more though, so I'm so confused. Let's put the acetylcholine at 0.1, and then I'm really gonna be done. But I'm just really confused how to measure what I'm seeing. This has been one that is a little tricky for me. I don't really know what to do. It that does seem like it should be like measuring that, but it's just not. Okay. But you see at 0.1, it's interesting though that it shouldn't be like that much lower. But when the acetylcholine is low, then it's like sometimes significantly higher, it seems. So let's try it like No, this should stay the same. So here you do see that it got higher. I say 0.2. 0. What? It's a little bit confusing. This is a confusing result. This one seems very random. Like it doesn't seem very consistent. What if I run it again? Is it going to do different numbers? It does seem like this one is just across the board, like more random. But this right here doesn't really make much sense to me. So unless there's like, I don't know, I really have to think that through. But that's a little bit confusing. Let's try 0.1 again and see if we get the same like type of thing. It does pretty much beat it out by 0.1. I guess that's probably where it had the most kind of hallucinations. So that's pretty interesting. And then let's try like no acetylcholine. Just out of curiosity. Obviously it's out competing it by a lot at that point. So it's pretty interesting. And then let's try it like 0. Like by 0.5, it was pretty much fine in pretty much like all my models. It's really weird. Like this one is a little bit weird and confusing and like what's going on here. Maybe I have to see like like a swoop. I think there's an actual word for it that's actually called swoop or something. So I want to see them like over time and I want to see what that's gonna look like. It's just so random that they would even have more. And actually I think this amount it's like it's very, very little. Like this is saying that's like I think it's very, very little. I need to actually spend some more time with the metrics though, because I might just not be understanding it properly. Because I guess maybe it seems intuitive in a way that I think it is, but it's not. Okay, so the active bits and the recovered pattern that the network is responsible for. So no bits inherited from the noisy cue. About 15 to 1% are spurious. They didn't come from the. Something is wrong here, I think. I'm gonna have to spend some time with it, but I'm just gonna do this. This part is very like into the nitty gritty, like into the little details. And then after this, I'm kind of past the finish line. Like I'm kind of almost done. I just need to get the numbers. So I don't smoke like weed because it gives me horrible paranoia. But I was thinking about this the other day. I do like to smoke CBD sometimes, which like it's not a drug. It's just a thing you can get at the store, to be honest. It's not like crazy. I just I will used to smoke it for anxiety. Like my last year of undergrad because I had so much going on. I had like a Title IX trial that year. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's here. And I just honestly was just dealing with so much that year as well. But I just wanted to smoke my little CBD in my little room and I would open my window. Like I would just open the window to like smoke out the window. I had horrible luck because turns out one of my roommates that my flatmates that I didn't know that well had asthma. And it was so like she would like she texted me one time. She was like, "I can smell it. Like, can you open the window?" And I was like, or like, can you do it outside and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah. But I was like, dude, this is literally like I'm going through it. Like I'm gonna show like what's that image? I'm gonna show the meme that I was that year. Yes, this was me that year. Like I was going through so much. I was like, I just want to smoke in my room. Like I was like, please. Now I have to go outside and smoke. I was like, no. Anyways, yeah, it was a rough year for me. This was how I felt without any smoking. This was just like my state of mind without any type of smoking at all. Like I just felt like this. I was like, I just want to smoke in my room. Okay, so that literally did nothing. I'm getting a little irritated. This is really annoying. Okay, wait, let's try to copy that again. Let's try that again. Maybe I did something wrong. No, wait, this is actually supposed to be like this. Oh no, it's not right. Okay. Oh, to run it. Oops, I messed up. I messed up. Okay, let's try that again. One more time. This. No, I'm gonna get really mad right now because it's not gonna make. Oh no, it is. Okay, I was about to get really irritated that it wasn't gonna plot a graph, and I was gonna get really mad. Okay, this is pretty interesting. They're not actually that different, but you do see how it goes up quite a bit around this piece. So it is kind of showing what I'm talking about still, where you can see that like it starts to make more little pieces that don't have anything to do with it, like here. But it's interesting that here it's like there's more. I don't know. It's kind of a weird little thing, but you do still see it here. But it's really not that strong actually because it's only at like 0.1. So how realistic is that really? Is that realistic? Like, would somebody be at like literally 0 ACH, 2 ACH, like 0.1 ACH? I don't know, you know? But I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Let's see, like, what if I make it even higher? What if I make it like, now I'm actually getting into it, and I said I was gonna be done, but oh my gosh, no. What if I make it 0.6? I feel like so much, I don't know if it's so much science or if it's just so much my science, but it's like so much is like, well, what if I just tweak this? Like, what if I just make this random number? Like, it's just so much little like mini experimenting. Like, let me just keep tweaking it and just see what happens. And like, what am I gonna get? Is like, yeah, just curiosity. Doesn't this look fun? Okay, if you've made it to this point in the video by magic, it's kind of fun, right? It's kind of chill doing a little science experiment. It's actually fun. I recommend it for people who are like interested in it. It's actually fun. You see, it's so much just going back and forth and just like, whoa, like, why is this happening? And like, let me play around with it. Like, it's just fun. Like, I like it. It's like playing a little computer game. I don't know. It's like you have to think really hard, but then after a certain point, it's like you're playing like a fun computer game where it's like, ooh, what numbers can I pull? Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my lord! Okay, okay. So now you see what I'm saying. Okay, now you see what I'm saying. Like it does get a lot worse at this point. It was just very weak at the other one. This here, you're like you're off the deep end. You're not even on the same planet. Like this is like DMT. Like you're like nothing is real. Nothing is the same. I don't know. I'm honestly struggling to understand if these results are like kind of like valuable that much. I mean, it might still be worth mentioning. I just like, is this, is it just like my mistake or is this like good? It's something I can't really tell. But I think this makes more sense because, like I said, acetylcholine would never be like, it would never be this high, anyways. I mean, this low. This is like you literally have zero acetylcholine. Like you wouldn't even be experiencing the world at that point. That's like really, really low. But like, here, but this is what's pretty interesting, isn't it? Is that once it's up here, there isn't really that much difference. So it's still low acetylcholine that's doing it because here it's like, okay, this is pretty much the same. But it's like when you get to that low level, it's like, whoa. This is more realistic because it's like, okay, you might actually have this amount of like lowness that you might actually that could impact you. But I don't know, like again, I need to like do all this research to be like, why is this like what's realistic about this? Or like would this ever happen in a brain in a realistic context? That everything would be the same, but this bias equivalent would be off is interesting. I need to look that up. But you see how different it got? It's like it got way bigger. So this person, they're not even in the same universe. They are like they're having a little bit of like hallucination. They are like they're almost in the same universe, but not really quite. And then yeah, I think this will be interesting. I hope it's useful. I hope it's like good info. I don't know if it is. I'm gonna just pull the numbers and then I'm gonna ask my supervisor about it. Like I'm gonna be like, do you think this is useful? Do you think this is realistic? I haven't seen him in a while because I haven't really had anything to show him because I had like to fix stuff. So I'm gonna show it to him and see like what does he think? Does he think this is like good and interesting and important information? Let's do one more. Like let's just go crazy. Let's go to like 0.7. It's crazy that I can do this from my house, isn't it? That's the other thing. Like I'm literally just chilling at home. Got my little laptop on, I eat my jacket potato, like I'm watching like TV, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just something that I could do from home is crazy. To actually do like good real science, it's so cool. I think this is good real science. I don't know. Some of it I know for a fact is good real science. This is a good real science. I could tell you this is like a we'll see moment. This one already you can tell is just off the charts insane. Because at 0.3 you can see how it's like incredibly indifferent. I don't know. This is either amazing or like it's so bad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I either discovered something or I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know which one it is yet. This one is like, this one's just insane. Like you can see the novelty score is so high on this. So the novelty score is getting subtly, like significantly higher as that bias is getting thrown off. Again, let's see if this is actually meaningful information or if I just made an accidental, like I just made a mistake and I'm not knowledgeable enough to know what to do with that mistake, but hopefully it's good information because this is pretty interesting. All right, this video is going to be way too long. I already knew when I was talking. I was like, I've been talking for like way too long and this is going to be a really long video. But you know what? I feel like this was like I'm going to keep it long. I was entertained. I entertained myself for these like I've been working maybe like 3 hours and yeah, I don't know. I was entertained by my own anecdotes and I was having fun. So I hope everybody else had fun. The 17 people who will watch this, if any. Just kidding. I hope everybody else had fun. I hope you enjoyed my random rant about drugs and stuff like that. And uh, yeah, I don't know. Hope you liked it.